According to the book, these hot-headed dragons are furious fire breathers. And when training a terror, start with a very shiny object.
Oh, he's cute.
Cute? Maybe on his own. But Bork says if you get these little terrors in a group, it's no picnic. You see, terrors are social creatures. They love to hunt in packs. Now, what about this brute? The monstrous nightmare. You can see how this foul beast got his name. Nary a Viking has tamed this fierce creature. You know what Bork used to say? You fall down, you get right back on the dragon.
I bet he didn't know that the nightmare can set itself on fire. And if there's one thing you don't want, it's an angry nightmare. That's why we tried a more gentle approach.
Instead of wrestling a monstrous nightmare, just give him a little respect. A gentle hand on his snout.
Looks like you kids have made some breakthroughs. All right, Fishlegs, why don't you tell us about your dragon?
Meatloaf's my Gronkle. And Gronkles are tough, rock-eating, boulder-class dragons.
But how do you train a Gronkle?
Gronkle won't stay mad at you if you just feed him a little dragon nip.
Yeah, and like all dragons, Gronkles are rumored to have 5 stages of maturity. The first stage is the egg, then the tiny tooth, the short wing, the broad wing, and the last stage is the titan wing, which is extremely rare.
Rare, but a sight to behold. Let's look at another from the boulder class. The Whispering Death. Just saying its name gives you the shivers. Bork says the Whispering Death knows only one thing: killing. He burrows through the dirt and rock, attacking from below.
Their rotating teeth can bore through anything. These boulder-class baddies are so wicked, they can breathe rings of fire. But even though these dragons have a fearsome reputation, it turns out they just love to be brushed.
With patience, any dragon can be trained. Even this next batch. Fear class. These dragons are silent. They're sneaky. They turn up where you least expect them.
If fear class dragons are so sneaky, how did Bork find one?
Oh, he did better than find one. He found the lair of a zippleback. Well, actually, it wasn't he who found it. It was his trusted sheep, Willie. And what do you know of a zippleback?
Got 2 heads. Twice the danger. One head releases gas. The other ignites it.
And if you feed both heads at once, they become one agreeable dragon.
That's right. If you want to befriend a dragon, it's a good idea to start by feeding it. And once they're fed, make sure you play with them.
You kids are full of good tips, but what happens when you go from 2 heads to 4? It's the Venus flytrap of dragons, the devious Snaptrapper.
The book says that this wild beast has enticed many a Viking into its deadly trap with its sweet smell of chocolate.
And like all dragons, the Snaptrapper sheds its scales.
And its claws. But they all grow back. With all those heads, Bork must have had 4 times the trouble.
Aye, that's a fact. Until one day, Bork made an interesting discovery. Snaptrappers love rain. And they can't wait to play in the mud.
Well, the Snaptrapper is incredible, but let's see what secrets we uncover with the next class of dragons.
The Sharp class. These dragons have a generous dose of vanity and spend a lot of time preening. My personal favorite is the Deadly Natter. Bork says that natters are the hottest